Monday. Welcome back to Relationships, Romance, and Propaganda. It's me and Rachel Burke as usual. We're exposing the truth and broadcasting the lies. Rachel has a couple of cool books that we always talk about. One is Sound Bites, a rock and roll love story. Check it out. Mm-hmm. The other one is Rachel K. Burke, Love Bites. Check that one out. Google them. You'll find out where to get them.
Yep.
All that good stuff. She has another book too coming out that's top secret, but I hear it's gonna be pretty good.
It'll be raunchy.
So we'll talk about that when she gets that done. It's the sexiest, hippest, hottest relationship podcast in the galaxy.
Oh.
Before we just said universe. Was that the same?
We've gone up.
We've gone up. I don't know. It's a man and woman's perspective, guys, on relationships. We talk about it all. Love, sex, relationships, women, everything, man, everything in between, the whole nine. We just try to cover it all. You know what I mean? Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. All of our listeners on iHeartRadio and iTunes and Google and Spotify. Thank you guys, all the cell phone apps. Thanks for streaming us and checking in. And don't forget to leave us those likes and stars and thumbs up and all that good stuff. So today, did I leave anything out, Rach?
Mm-mm.
rptalktruth@gmail.com if you want to email us. Today, what are we talking about? We're talking about friend zoning. Oh, I hate when girls try to do this. Am I jumping this off or you jumping this off?
You can jump it off.
I'm jumping this off? Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, we're talking about friend zone today. And guys, I know you have a lot of girls that try to friend zone you. Let's talk about it. Because they try that shit with me and I'm like, no. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you want to know what's funny, Rach? You know what I always tell them? I'll say, how about this? I say, after we have sex, put me in the friend zone. That's what I say.
So define they're putting you in the friend zone. Like they want to hang out but not have sex.
Oh, absolutely. That's all friend zone means.
So what's the point of hanging out with you? Like, don't they have enough friends?
Exactly. That's what I say. I always say, it's not high school. I don't need new friends.
Right, I got enough.
I got enough friends.
Yeah.
This is what I always say. I always say, if you're an attractive woman who I'm attracted to and I met you on the basis of attraction, I'm not going to be your friend unless we have sex. I explicitly explain that.
Okay.
And they go, what do you mean? That sounds wrong. I'm like, no, it's not wrong at all.
Yeah.
I met you with the purpose of attraction with an intention. Don't try to make me your friend now. Like I had this one girl recently tell me, we could just travel as friends. I said, that'll never happen. I told her straight up,
I struggle with that because sometimes I meet guys that I'm not attracted to, but I'm like, God damn, I really want to be friends with them, like, because we have everything in common.
Right.
So, for example, I met a guy, and I hope he doesn't.
Something up.
I hope he doesn't listen to this, but met a guy a couple months ago at a concert, and oh man. He actually was singing really loud. He has a great voice. I'm a sucker for singers. Okay. And it's like my favorite band. So he loved him too. He sang. He's in a band. Like he checked all the boxes. But so he texted me and was like, "Would you want to get a drink?" And I go, "Yeah." And I went out with him. And he was actually like more handsome than I remember because I was very drunk. Yeah. And I kissed him, and I just was like it was just okay for me. I wasn't like dying to jump his bones. I wasn't dying to see him again. And we went out again, and it's like the same thing where we had such a good time. We listened to all the same music. We love all the same bars. I'm not
attracted to him.
I'm not wanting to jump his bones. Right. And he's so handsome. He's everything I want in a person.
Right. But for some reason,
it's not not there. And so it was perfect timing because I was about to go to the East Coast for a month. So it was that was kind of like, I'm going away for a month, you know. But he just messaged me the other day and was like, "Hey, how's the East Coast?" And I haven't told him I'm back, because that's the whole thing is like I want to be friends with him, but I feel like because I'm like we love all the same music. He'd be great to go to concerts with. Right. But he's gonna want to have sex. I'm sure. Of course. And I don't know how to say that
again because here's the thing, and we've talked about this before. Because again, friends can be lovers, but lovers can't be friends. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by lovers can't be friends is, I'm not saying that I need to be in love with you. What I'm saying is, if I met you for the purpose of getting together, then I just can't be your friend. Because if I'm attracted to you and I was attracted to you initially, I'm not going to want to see you be attracted to other people and let some other people.
Well, I threw out the friend vibe from the second I met him because he had just moved to LA, and I said, you know what? I love to have creative friends in LA. Like, we should hang sometime. Like, I couldn't have been more friendly, like not sexy at all. And the singer and I have hooked up, and he kind of saw us all over each other. So I was really putting the friend vibe out there. Like, you know what? I would love to have creative friends. Like, my friends never want to go to concerts. But he approached it as like, would you be interested in getting a drink this week? Like, the way he phrased it was like a date, you know?
Yeah, of course.
So I was like,
and you're like, no.
Yeah. So like, he went in for the kiss, and I kissed him like both times. But yeah, I'm not. It's not there. But it sucks because I really want to be friends with them, but it's not going to happen because. How do you go from kissing and to, you know what, actually, I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah. I told this one girl, I said, listen, I met her on Bumble, and I said, listen, because she was like, you know, we could be friends. I said, yeah, we could be friends, but we got to have sex first. I told her straight up. I said, we got to have sex first.
No.
She was like, what do you mean?
Then you're not friends.
I said, yeah, we are.
No, you don't.
Friends.
You don't have sex with
Friends can be lovers.
You
Yeah, they can.
You don't have sex with your friends.
Come on. How many times have you just had the whole person you hooked up with, and that was it, and you never had a relationship with them, but y'all hooked up and stuff, and hooked up a few times and was just cool?
I think like once. Honestly,
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't done it a whole lot.
Whether you still want to be my friend or not, I'll be your friend, but we gotta have sex first.
But I always actually want to be in a relationship with the person. So, like when I was younger, or I think even to this day, the only time I sleep with somebody is if I want to be in a relationship with them. So the only time I've actually been a friend with benefits is if they didn't want to be with me. So I was like, all right, then I'll just take the sex.
Oh. Say that again?
So any person that I'm sexually attracted to, normally I want to be in a relationship with you. Okay. Up until recently when I didn't have sex for 8 months. And then I was just like, anyone?
Right.
Anyone, my standards lowered.
Any takers, right.
Normally when I sleep with somebody, it's because I actually want to be with them in a relationship.
Okay.
So if they're a booty call or a friends with benefits, it's because they don't want to be with me. They want that. It's not because I want that.
Oh, okay, I see.
So the only time that's actually worked was with my ex, because after a few years we just realized we weren't compatible, right? Like,
and you guys just kept hooking up.
Yeah, he wants a fitness girl, I want a music guy.
Right.
But we had really good sex was the problem.
Right.
So because we weren't dating anyone else, we kept sleeping together, but it worked because we didn't talk about dating other people. And we still kind of, I hate to say acted like a couple, but we still kept talking all the time. So it actually worked. It really did, because it was easy. It was just like, what are you doing this weekend? You're not doing anything cool. Let's get together.
Right.
You know?
So in that case, the friends were lovers.
Yeah, we were like friends with benefits, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But that's the only time it's really worked for me.
Right.
Where I was like, okay, I broke up with him because he's not my person, but I still want to sleep with him.
Right.
It's really the only time. But it never ends well, because then he
Yeah.
found someone else and I went bonkers and social media stalked them till this day.
Yeah.
You know,
see?
so I feel like it doesn't really work.
Yeah. So my ex, she wouldn't be friends with me because she said, okay, so the guy before me, they were together 6-7 years. They lived together.
Okay.
But she was still friends with him on Facebook and everything. And I'm like, but why can't we be friends? She said, because I was actually in love with you. So no, I don't want to.
She wasn't in love with the guy she was with for 7 years?
Yeah, obviously not. She was like, because I'm in love with you, and I don't want to see
she probably
who
felt,
you're with.
she probably fell out of love with him. She probably was in love with him at one time.
But fell out of love.
But then fell out of love with him, so she doesn't care. Because normally, like when I've dated guys, it's like a year or two, and then I just don't like him anymore, you know? And so it's over, and that's fine. This last one was that's the only one, and I'm not social media friends with him, and that's the only one, because I did still love him. Even though we weren't a good match, I was like, I don't want to see you, but even though I stalk her.
Yeah, because I was like, why can't we be friends?
No,
I didn't get it.
I didn't want to see him with somebody else.
That's what she said.
Yeah,
she said, because I don't want to see you with anyone else. I don't want to see what's going on with you. I don't care who he's with.
It's usually one-sided.
In fact, she was showing me his new girlfriend before we broke up. She didn't care at all.
Right. I hooked my ex in Boston. I hooked him up with his wife.
See?
I gave him dating advice, and she mailed me a thank you card.
That's what I'm saying. That's
it was really nice.
But I was offended because I was still in I was willing to still be her friend.
Because it's one-sided. I
didn't care.
When friends are, like, even if it's a friends with benefit situation, it's always one-sided. I feel like one person always wants more, you know? And I think with my ex for a long time, he wanted to get back together. But I was actually surprised that he never approached that after a while, because I thought he was going to try to get back together.
Yeah.
And he didn't. But usually it's one person or the other that usually it's the woman who wants more. Usually, who wants more than just friends with benefits. Yeah.
Well, so this is why I say I'm not going to be your friend. This is why. So. And I'll put this on the screen too, guys, for our watchers on YouTube. So 4 basic needs of women are, now I've talked about this before, emotional and physical security, the need for regular meaningful communication, non-sexual touch, and romance. Okay. And this is romance without sex. Guys, to feel respected and admired, to be loved and desired, to enjoy sexual intimacy on a regular basis.
Yeah. You got to take care of your man.
So that number 3 is why I don't allow myself to be friend zoned. Because women, if you read this, can just have a friend that they're not sleeping with. And they're perfectly happy and have some other guy that they are sleeping with.
Well, if we're not attracted to that guy friend, yes. If I'm hanging out with a guy that I'm attracted to, we're going to be having sex. You know?
I've had 3 lady friends that we were attracted to each other and they were really attractive. But we just kept it platonic for decades. Still haven't had sex with either of them. Just 3 of them.
Right. Yeah, I have a lot of guy friends.
We're just good friends. You know what I'm trying to say?
But were you attracted to them?
Yeah.
Were they attracted to you?
Yeah. But the way it evolved, yes.
Okay.
Because I could have slept with all 3 of them if I wanted to.
Okay.
And the way it evolved, we just ended up being cool as hell. And whenever anyone saw us people be like, why aren't you sleeping with him? Why haven't you slept with her? Friends would ask them that.
Why didn't you?
We just evolved, and it just never happened like that with us 3.
Okay.
And all 3 of them were friends, and we had mutual friends of them. People would always ask, like, one of y'all never hooked up with Imani, and vice versa. And they were like, nah, we just stayed cool.
Yeah.
Even though we met on a different basis, it just evolved into true friendship.
Because people say, like, men and women can't be friends because one always wants something.
But that's not entirely true.
It's not, because I have a few guy friends from back home that I just grew up with that I'm not attracted to, and they're like, no, you're like a sister to me, because they've known me since I was like a teenager, you know, so it's very non-sexual.
Right.
I did get like blackout drunk and make out with him one time, but the next day I was like, gross, he's like my brother. I just drank so much, you know, we were like blackout drunk.
Right.
But no, yeah, I have some guy. I also have some guy friends I think that would love to sleep with me, but they're also, you know, the ones that have known me since I was young. I think it would almost gross them out because I'm like a sister.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and that's kind of how it developed with these 3 women that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, but any new girl out there that I meet, whether in person or through a dating app, that tells me, oh, let's be friends, I laugh. I go, no, let's just cut off. Let's just cut off the friendship. Let's cut off. If you're not interested, let's cut it off. I'll never be a new friend to you.
For women,
not in high school.
For women, it's weird. So I worked with a guy once that, remember when we were talking about inter-office romance, and I was talking about like the really short guy with the big confidence, and one day I was like, oh, he's kind of sexy. I was so hot for him. And he would call me dude all the time. And I was like, I think he's fucking friend zoning me.
Yeah. Oh.
You know? Because he was always like, hey, dude, what's up, dude? Yeah. And I was like, can you stop calling me dude? Because it doesn't make me feel sexy. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry. I never thought of it that way. And because I felt like something was there. But I also felt like he was kind of friend zoning me too.
Yeah.
So we ended up like making out at an after work party, but I made the move. And I was like, you know what? I normally don't do that, but when I'm drinking, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this once, see if he's into it.
Right.
I did. But like nothing ever came about, and then I bumped into him and he was with a girl. And he was like, oh, this is my girlfriend. And I was like, oh, you little shit. So I think maybe he liked me and was trying to friend zone me because he had something else going on. Or just maybe he wasn't that into me. Maybe I made a move and he was like, okay.
The classic is when the women send you a text obviously trying to do it because they want you to know it's nothing else but a friend thing.
Like what?
And I just laugh at that shit. They go, okay, friend. Well, nice seeing you.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, or buddy, or some other shit. And I'm like, oh, so you're trying to friend zone me. So I'll see it instantly and be like, oh, just so you know, that won't happen with me.
Right.
You can like peace out. I'm not.
Yeah, well, and sometimes too. So I model sometimes, and this guy reached out to me on Instagram, who is a photographer who I actually knew of his work. He had photographed some girls that I know, and he does great work. And he reached out to me and he goes, "Would you be interested in shooting sometime?" And I was like, "Yes, I actually know your work, and I would love to shoot with you because I like his style." So we did some shoots, but then he took me out to dinner. And I was like, okay, does he think this is a date?
Yeah.
I don't know. But because I was like, do you want me to pitch in? And he was like, of course not. You know, if I ask you out for dinner, I'm going to pay for it. But then he started texting me all the time. And I was sort of like, okay, how do I friend zone him? Because I'm not interested in that way. But I also think he takes great pictures and he's cool and I do want to be his friend. So I just kind of stopped responding as much, like, because I went out of town. And so then he like fell off the map completely. And I was like, oh shit, well, I want to shoot with him again because he takes good pictures. So I like hit him up again. We shot again. And then he was like, you know, can I, oh no, he took me to the movies. That was the thing. And I was like, does he think this is a date? Because he was so flustered because the movie sold out. Yeah. And I said, oh, you didn't get tickets in advance? Because it's one of those like reclining chair things that always sells out. And he goes, no, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And the whole time he was like, I'm so sorry. And I go, it's okay. It's okay. Like, because sometimes seats open up. So I go, let's go to the bar. And seats opened up and it was fine. But he was like in a panic. And I'm like, does he think this is a date? I don't know. You know how it's weird? Like when you don't know if they're in the friend zone or not. So then he asked me out to dinner, and I said, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mention going on a date with somebody else to see how he reacts, right? Because I was like, does this guy think we're dating?
Sweet. Yeah.
So I did, and I never heard from him.
So what did you say?
And I just mentioned going out on a date with somebody, and I never heard from him again.
So he was like, okay, got it. Yeah.
I was like, I thought we were friends, you jerk. You just wanted my body.
You know what's funny? Because men are so physical, I think that typically we're not going to want to be friends with someone that's physically attractive.
Right.
That we're physically attracted to.
I know.
It's just not going to happen. And for me, I don't have to have you. And I don't know what the whole intimacy thing is all about. I mean, it's kind of weird, I guess.
But he is friends with, because he shoots all models, like he is friends with a lot of girls.
I'm sure.
So I was like, why can't I be one of those girls? Because he would always talk about, you know.
How do you know he hasn't slept with them, though? Photographers are notorious for sleeping with models.
I just don't think so.
No? He wasn't good looking?
No. But he actually dated one of the girls in Handmaid's Tale, like one of the main girls. Like he's got hot girls. And I was like, good for him.
And the only reason why I know is because my daughter's mom was a really big model, and she would tell me stories about that.
Yeah.
About
he's not bad. He's just not my type.
Yeah,
you know?
To sleep with all the models.
But he had a lot of girlfriends that like were just girls, just friends, and they would go on trips together and this and that. And I was like, well, why can't I be a friend, just a friend? You know, why'd you cut me off?
Because he probably wanted something first.
I know, but he didn't get something from that other girl first.
Right, but let me ask you a question though. I mean, what do you think it is with a man to where if we sleep with you, then we're okay with the friend thing?
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that.
Oh, most definitely.
No, you're the first person. Because if I'm sleeping with you, then I'm gonna want to keep sleeping with you, and then we're not friends.
And that's fine too. But we still could be friends. We don't have to be in a relationship.
Like friends with benefits.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I know for guys that I know, like they ain't gonna be.
I haven't done that too much.
Friending you unless they smashing and. So you
want friends with benefits. You don't want like just a female.
No. This is what I'm saying. Like if I have female friends. What I'm saying is, if I've met you on the basis of attraction and wanting to date you.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna allow myself to be friend zoned by you.
Yeah.
We will never just be friends.
Okay, because there's always going to be that attraction on your side.
That was the intent. So
that's probably torture for you.
Yeah. So what's one of the things on a guy's list, right? Sexual.
Yeah.
The intimacy.
But what if you're getting that from someone else and then you can be friends with her? No.
Still doesn't matter.
No. Because you're always going to want that?
Yep.
Is it like an ego thing?
I don't know.
Your ego's hurt?
I have no idea.
You think you don't want to have sex with me?
I'm not
going to be your friend.
Maybe. I have no idea. I'm just being honest about it.
So you say she's just a friend?
Right. It's no way I'm just going to do that and be okay with it. If that's why I was pursuing you. I'm not going to just settle just to be your friend. You're not going to friend zone me. And it's almost like...
Yeah, it sounds like it's an ego thing. Like, you're not going to friend zone me.
Nah, definitely not. That's not how we started. So, and then some girls will get mad.
But sometimes, they might think they're going to be into you and they're not.
And that's cool. Don't be. But you ain't going to hang out with me.
Okay.
You ain't going to benefit from the other side.
All or nothing.
Like. Absolutely.
Okay.
So
it's got to start out as friends with you to keep it friends.
Yep. You're not going to benefit from me. And there's women that's want to do that. Like, you ain't benefiting from me without letting me get what I want to.
Yeah, I actually get that, because if I want to fuck a guy and he just wanted to be friends, no.
You'd be like, what the fuck?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's easier for women, because the guy's probably going to fuck you anyway.
Right.
You know?
I ain't doing it. Don't try it with me. Now, if I met you as a friend and you're hot as fuck, I'm cool. Let's just be friends.
Right.
I wasn't into you anyway.
Okay.
You are hot. You are who I would fuck, but wasn't my intent. That's not how we tried to meet.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with it.
I get it.
Let's just be friends.
Yeah.
But if I come to you with the intention of being with you, whether it's a relationship, friends with benefits, or whatever it may be, if something physical was involved, I will never allow myself to be put in the friend zone. And women try to do that shit, I think it's funny as hell. And you know what I'll do too? And there's like 1 or 2 women in wine country that's tried to do that, and they listen too, so I hope they know who I'm talking about. And they'll like
troublemaker.
And they'll try and keep this friend thing going, and I'll always continue to perpetuate some romance.
Right.
Just a little bit at a time.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bring some red wine up
right.
tonight.
So they know, even though you were trying to friend zone me.
Yeah.
I wasn't on that. That's what you were on.
I know. I said.
So I'm always gonna be nibbling.
Yeah. Still trying. I know. My friend who's in the open marriage. We met as friends, obviously, because I was hooking up with his friend who's a musician. But he will never stop trying. Like, he is nothing if not persistent. And he'll crash on my couch when he comes to LA. But he will never stop. And, and I just don't think of him in that way. Like, he's just my friend.
Yeah.
But every time, like, I'm getting in the shower. He's like, oh, we're getting in the shower? He will never stop.
Yeah, see, I don't do stuff that overt, but it's just little small things that I say to let them know, hey, even though you're trying to friend zone me, just know that that's not what I'm on.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking to this guy, and I told him about the guy that I had met at the concert, and I was like, I'm going out for drinks with him tonight, but I just, honestly, I just want to be his friend. I feel like he's not going to be down with that. He goes, yeah, because that'd be fucking torture.
Yeah. You with a hot-ass girl having drinks, and she wants to just...
But I could not have friend zoned him more when I met him, and I was like, oh, cool, creative friends. Like, we'll go to some shows. Like, I literally said I need creative friends.
Yeah.
Not like, let's date.
Yeah.
So that's on you, buddy.
And like, good looking women trip me out with that. Like, do you really think I'm just going to travel with you and be your friend? You got me. Go and do that with Joe Small from the mailroom.
I know.
Not with me. He'll be a great travel buddy. Like,
I know.
And you know what's funny? When you're out too, and let's say you go overseas or something and you're together.
Yeah.
And people see you two. People automatically think you're in a couple. That's if 2 people are like aesthetically matched. You could see. People are like, oh, that's a good couple.
Because you're
like, no, she's just friends. You say that.
Well, it's like you're what they want, except, for some reason the romantic piece isn't there for them.
Right.
Because I had gone out with the guy, the one I was telling you that like fixes up Airstreams and everything, that unfollowed me on Instagram. And, oh man, his pictures, I'm like, I want to go with you, but I don't want to have sex with you, because he has these Airstreams, he goes camping, and I'm like, he's like, I need a travel partner in crime, and I'm like, me, but I don't want to have sex. I just want to go on the trip. I mean, maybe I would have if he had gone out with me again, but he got so butthurt, I think, and unfollowed me.
You have good-looking girl problems. It's not going to happen.
No, it's like I need to find the guy that wants to do that stuff, but also that I want to sleep with.
But then the girl he's with gonna have a problem with it when they see you.
Oh, that's not gonna happen anymore once he starts dating anyone.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So either way, that's what I'm saying. So either way, it's bad for that guy.
Yeah.
Because let's say you meet a guy who's okay to do that. The minute he starts dating someone, they see you. It's gonna be a problem.
See you later.
Then it's like, You sure y'all just friends?
Well, that's like my ex. That's why he stopped calling me when he met somebody new. Like, okay, could have given me a heads up, buddy. But no, he just cut it off completely, and I think that's what killed me because he was like my best friend for 4 years.
Right.
And I was like, who am I going to talk to now? Like, we talk
it's not
every
gonna
day.
happen.
You just replace me.
You have good-looking girl problems, and for the girls out there that are not as aesthetically good-looking, I'm sorry, you don't have the same problems.
You lost the lottery.
But it'll be a little easier for you. But good-looking women, I'm sorry.
I'm sure they still have guys that want to fuck them too.
Oh, of course
that
they
are in
do.
the friend zone. Everybody does.
But if I met a girl that wasn't that attractive and I was pursuing her and I met her in person and she wanted to be friends, I probably still wouldn't be much of a friend.
What are you getting out of it?
I wouldn't travel either.
Yeah.
Because I don't need any new friends. That's why.
Well, she'd be trying to get with you then.
I don't need any new friends.
You'd be like, get
man.
2 beds, please.
Right. I don't need any new friends. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, we got enough.
I'm sorry.
We got enough.
Yeah. So to close this out, what are we doing? What's the moral of the story here? For me, don't ever try to friend zone me if you're hot. And if we started engaging initially for attraction, do not try that. It's not going to work with me. I'll just tell you deuces.
I don't know if I have a moral.
Another friend somewhere else.
I try to give nice guys a chance. But usually it ends up like they don't want to be friends.
Nice guys never win, man.
No. Assholes finish first.
Assholes finish first. Nice guys
They
never
do. I love
win.
me an asshole.
Yeah. It's true. They don't. Don't try to friend zone me if you're hot. It's not gonna happen.
If you're hot.
And I met you because you're hot.
Yeah.
That's the only. That's what I'm saying. So I have rules and boundaries. Anyway.
I get it.
Anyway, is that it for friend zoning?
That's it.
That really irks me. Don't try to friend zone me. It does. It irks me. It irks the shit out of me. I'm not going for it.
It's okay. It happens to everybody.
And people know it's not happening. Yeah, because, okay, one more thing before I go. I'm not some supermodel, but I know I'm not ugly either.
Right.
So it's like, okay.
Oh, yeah, I showed my friend's girlfriend our video when we went home, and she goes, oh, he's cute.
Like one of your friends said that?
I was like, are you listening? We're talking about inter-office romance, girl. Get your mind out of the gutter.
That's funny. Yeah, so, I know I'm not a bad-looking guy. So I'm like, okay, if for whatever reason you don't want to be with me or you don't want to pursue anything beyond a friend, that's fine, but then I have the choice too to go, oh nah, you are someone I would vibe with, so it's not happening.
But here's my thing. How do you meet friends of the opposite sex nowadays? Because I miss that. Like, I miss having guy friends. And I have a lot of guy friends that I grew up with, right? And then out in LA, I'm like, I have no guy friends, except one, actually, because he dated a friend of mine. And even him, I think he would fuck me in a heartbeat if I wanted to. Because he's always like, oh, I wish I met you before her because we have more in common. But he was the one who set me up with my ex.
Right.
He's kind of the only guy friend that I really have because we met through friends. But it's tough.
You know where you meet them? In friends groups.
That's weird. I'm not in friends. Oh, like in groups of friends.
Groups
I thought
of
you meant on like
friends.
meetup.com or something.
No, because I have a few female friends here in wine country, and we're just friends. It's platonic.
Okay, like through friends.
Yeah, just through friends.
I feel like my girlfriends
Friends
here don't
groups.
even have like guy friends. Yeah, he was the only one that was through friends. Yeah, it's tough because
see?
I miss having guy friends because women are so emotional and everything's a
women
big
say
deal,
that,
and
yeah.
dudes are just cool, there's no drama.
Yeah, but it's tough when
miss
you're a
that.
good-looking woman. It's tough.
It is.
Because a guy's always gonna want something physical. This is how we're made up.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be hard for them to want to be.
I
friends with
do
you.
have a friend back home who is married and they've been together forever. So I brought him as my wedding date. Like, she's cool with it. You know what I mean? Like that. But that's kind of a once in a blue moon thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the norm.
Right.
Yeah, I miss that.
Yeah. Anyway,
tough.
guys. So Rachel is looking for some pen pals. DM her and her Instagram in the description below.
and not both.
Don't do that for me because I'm not interested. If you're hot, we're gonna sleep together first. Then we can be friends all you want.
I just want someone to come to concerts with me.
You know what I'm saying?
Concerts. I need a concert buddy.
Oh man. Anyways, relationships, romance, and propaganda. It's Imani Shakur and Rachel K. Burke. Check in with us next week, and happy Monday. Thanks for checking in. Don't forget to subscribe. Boom.
Bye,
That's
guys.
it. Trying to be somebody's friend.